Okay, so let's have a look at this topic of tolerant individuals and see the different characteristics that they have. So the first of these is that they're not indifferent. This means tolerant individuals do have opinion about things, they do care about things. So if we think of the three components of tolerance, one of those is objection, and that shows that there are things that tolerant individuals really don't like and very often have very good reasons for not liking. But nevertheless, being tolerant, they choose to accept other people's right to take a different view. Maybe smoking is a good example. So if I think of my objection to smoking, which is based on the idea that it's bad for people's health, I'd rather people didn't do it, I may nevertheless tolerate it, I may nevertheless accept it because I want to respect other people's rights to think differently and behave differently from my opinions. Tolerant individuals are also said to not be powerless. In other words, tolerance is a very positive and active choice. It's not just the result of not being able to do anything about something. So if you think about a parent, when a parent is bringing up a child, they may not like some of the music they listen to. They may object to it. There's the objection component. But they may also want to respect their child's right to do what they want, to explore their own tastes. So nevertheless, they would tolerate that. Tolerant individuals also very strongly value dialogue, and J.S. Mill argues this in On Liberty. A whole chapter is dedicated to free speech and free expression. And Mill argues that if we don't value free speech, if we try to suppress others' opinions, then we're assuming a kind of infallibility. And actually, we are fallible, we can be wrong, and so it would be very intolerant to try and silence others' views. And tolerant individuals then could be the kind of people who very, very strongly defend the right of even their opponents to express their views, to express views even they found offensive, because they'd feel that the value of free speech and free expression was so strong. Tolerant individuals are also intolerant of intolerance. This is an idea that comes from Karl Popper. So although tolerance involves accepting things that are objectionable, there are limits to that. That's the third of these components of tolerance. So if we think of examples, say, of racism, of Holocaust denial, of sexism, of oppression, a tolerant individual may be very strong at standing up for those things. And Popper in fact argues that completely unlimited tolerance is counterproductive, because completely unlimited tolerance leads to the disappearance of tolerance. Tolerant individuals would also value toleration as a virtue. So if we think about virtue ethics, which we've studied before, some classical virtues there like prudence, justice, temperance and courage, identified by Plato and Aristotle and other Greek philosophers. Liberal individuals would say, let's put tolerance as another virtue, another good characteristic of a human being, something that's required for us to really flourish. So it's a strong characteristic that would be valued by tolerant individuals. Tolerant individuals can also be said to be neutral about the good life. Now, as we've just seen, this doesn't mean they have no opinions, it doesn't mean they don't care about anything, but what it does mean is that they're not going to try to impose their views on other people as if they were completely right, absolutely right for everybody, for all time, all occasions, and other people's views were completely wrong. So tolerant individuals are more likely to say, yeah, this is my vision of the good life, this is what's important to me, this is what I value, and be very open to listening to the fact that others take a different view, and be open to that and not wanting to suppress that. So that gives you a sense of these characteristics of the tolerant individuals. So it's worth just reviewing all 6 then and making sure that you understand them clearly.